Yeah, been too long, man. Too long. Yeah, yeah. It was no good, but it feels good to be back here. You know what I mean? Well, today Phillies baseball. We were Cardinals seem to be the favorites. Definitely today, but then fortunately the Phillies rallied late in the ninth with one out, and then Ryan Hesley, one of their best, if not their best closer and an All Star this year, winded up choking the game. He gave up a lot of walks, four errors, bases loaded, boom, hit by pitch, gets a walk in. It's 2-1. Segura with that clutch base hit, little dribble to the right side of first baseman. Couldn't get a handle on it. 3-2 Phillies, led by some more base hits. Edmundo Sosa stealing home in absolute good fashion, and the Phillies definitely rallied late. It looked like the Cardinals were definitely going to pull it off by that pinch hit two-run homer by Yepes, and to win away and to be first in the wild card. Safe to say that it feels freaking good to
Yeah, I would say
win
so.
against a good team like the Cardinals. I mean, granted, we're the sixth seed of the third, but looking back earlier in the season when we played the Cardinals and Kyle Gibson gave up back to back to back to back home runs against the Cardinals, it wasn't a good look. But playing them away, like I said, to get the dub, it feels good, man.
Oh yeah. So we play tomorrow and we play Sunday, right? What happened?
Padres two-run shot. I on Scherzer. I'm texting my friend Chris.
Context, everybody. Matt is also watching the Mets game, and of course we're Philly fans. We fucking hate the Mets,
Yes.
even though they own us, but we still hate them. It's like the Sixers and Celtics. So we play. It's a best out of three series. I don't I don't watch a whole lot of baseball. I rep the Phillies though, but that's why I had you take over. I know nothing about baseball. So, I mean, hey, we're in the playoffs first time since 2011. That's actually bad, given that we are.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Yeah, like we're one of the. We have we spend like some of the most money. We're like up there with the Yankees. Like you see what I'm trying to say. We're a big market team.
Definitely a big market team.
Yeah, we're like top. Last I saw a chart. We're like what, top four, top five, something like that.
I think we're four.
Yeah, yeah, Yankees are number one. No shocker. Then you have like the
I think Dodgers are like two or three.
yeah, and then it's like what, the Red Sox or Braves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. See, I know a little bit, not a
I
whole
think the
lot, but
Braves because they
a
signed
little
a
bit.
lot of freaking people. I think next year we'll definitely really aim for Trey Turner. I mean, we'll see because we were gonna take out Gene because Trey Turner's obviously a better spot. But after that clutch dribbler, I would hate to see literally a wild card game 1 year go like that. But
Yeah.
as of right now, nothing like October baseball. It feels good, man. It feels freaking good to get a win.
Oh yeah. Philly sports, we're looking pretty good right now as a whole. I mean, we have the Sixers, we have a healthy Harden, healthy Embiid, we have Tyrese Maxey, we just got PJ Tucker, who is literally Philly. If you've ever seen him play, the way he carries himself. We have the Eagles, who are the only undefeated team left in the league, 4-0. We'll get to that in a minute. And we don't talk about the Flyers.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a Flyers fan, but
Neither am I, but we suck. That's what I heard.
in terms of the past couple of years, I think being a Philly fan Well, I can't say it's
Emotional roller coaster.
kind of been good, but let's just say last year the only good team was the Sixers. They're a choke. Phillies are a choke. Eagles are a choke. But I don't know this year. It's looking bright.
Yeah.
It's looking really bright for the Philadelphia teams.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Last time we watched an Eagles game together was when Tom Brady kicked her shit in like what 30, what was it like 33-15 or like
That was a
30?
playoff game, right?
Yeah,
It was like
that was the last time we watched
it
the
was like 31-14 or something.
yeah it was. We don't talk about that, but thankfully that's in the past. So let's talk about the Eagles here. I have so many things to talk about.
Yes.
We're the only undefeated team in the league, 4-0. We beat the Lions. A lot of people are saying we haven't played anybody. We beat the Lions, who are the number one scoring offense in the league, yet, they give up the most points for defense, typical Lions stat.
Yeah, so it's like a win lose. So
It's like that literally screams the Lions anyway, You
yeah,
can't have shit in Detroit.
you can't.
No. Then
Yeah.
we played the Vikings, and honestly, I think that Vikings game was probably Jalen Hurts' best game as an Eagle. I would say either that game or his rookie year against the Cardinals. But he played really
Oh yeah,
well.
good. A lot of good plays.
Yeah, he played really well on against the Vikings. He completed like 85% of his passes. He did have that one interception, which was not his fault at all. Kenny Gainwell just dropped that shit. Then
Yeah.
we played against Carson Wentz, and we kicked their shit in. 9 sacks, and I believe it was like 4 or 5 in the first quarter. And then we played the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. Dougie P came back to town. We gave Trevor Lawrence some hell.
Yeah, definitely gave him some hell.
Yeah, he turned the ball over like 5 times, I think.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, 4 fumbles and a pick. That game, I had to watch it on my phone because my internet went out, so I was literally watching it through the fantasy app.
Oh god, fantasy app's crazy.
Yeah, like next year I'm gonna move us to the ESPN app. I've never seen a fantasy app shit the bed. An app in general. I haven't seen an app shit the bed this much.
I definitely agree. I don't know like what the issue was, but it was really bad. Like it was bad.
Like I understand nobody's perfect, but we've had this fantasy league for, believe it or not, like 5 years already.
Damn.
So
Well, this would be the like, fifth year. Yeah.
yeah. So it's been like in all of our 5 years, we've seen some shit with this app. I don't know
Yeah.
what it. Yeah, it's like it's the dumbest shit. Scores are taken off. Like for some reason, even after our game, they took off even more points from me because I remember when the Eagles game ended, I lost to you by 5. And then all of a sudden, I checked the next day, I lost by 10 for some reason, and I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell happened.
Yeah, that was the weird part. It still happens this year too. I checked my fantasy app a couple of days ago. I was like, okay, I won fantasy by like 140 to 117. I checked the next day for my recap. It says I won 138 to 117. Like it's not a big deal, but I was just like,
It's weird. I don't know what the hell it is.
yeah, I was like, did I lose points? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, then I lose to Vicente. Jesus God. I lose to Vicente by literally 1.2 points. I needed Tyler Higbee to get a 3-yard catch. That's all I needed from him, a 3-yard catch, and that would have been game for me.
Yeah, that would have been it.
That Deebo Samuel play, like that touchdown, that killed me. Cuz that play alone was 13 points.
Was it like that was it?
What was that?
I said that 3-run shot was like definitely it for you. Like that was it.
I almost made the comeback too because Stafford was force feeding it to Higbee.
Yeah, I know.
And I have to talk about it. T.J. Hawkinson.
Dude, honestly, I'm so glad you dropped him.
Here's the thing. I had TJ Hawkins context. I had TJ Hawkinson. I drafted him. I had him for 2 weeks. He gave me 5.6 and 7 points. The second I drop him, this fucker drops 40 points.
Dude, he dropped 40, bro. Right now, I still won when I benched him, but
Yeah.
it would have been good insurance if I had started him.
Yeah, like my biggest draft bust this year was definitely Najee Harris. Dude's a bum.
Yeah, dude.
My kicker is averaging more points than Najee Harris right now. He's averaging 12 points. Najee's getting 11 points, and he's a running back. So, yeah, I don't think TJ Hawkinson is going to put up those kind of performances again because if you do remember, the Lions did not have like a single receiver against the Seahawks. They didn't have St. Brown. They didn't have DJ Chark. They didn't have DeAndre Swift. I mean, hey, for your sake, I sure hope he goes off for you, but I don't like TJ Hawkinson that much. In case you couldn't tell through all the messages.
Yeah, it was pretty eventful.
Yeah. All right, so on to the Eagles. So the NFL, they hand out weekly awards, like, both on the NFC and AFC, Offensive Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week, and Special Teams Player of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trend for the Eagles. Every single week this season so far, an Eagle has won an award. Week 1, Zach McPherson wins Special Teams Player of the Week. Darius Slay wins Defensive Player of the Week. Week 2, for shutting Justin Jefferson down. He put him on clamps, only allowed 1 catch for 7 yards. Then Brandon Graham won Player of the Week, Week 3, with his 2.5 sacks against Carson. Then for September Player of the Month, Jalen Hurts wins that. And Hassan Reddick wins NFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 4 for forcing 2 fumbles, having 2.5 sacks, and 2 fumble recoveries. Our defense is one of the best in the league.
It is.
I haven't been this happy about the Eagles since, I would say, 2017.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those years, but it just feels like, I mean, people will say, we haven't faced a real team. Definitely right. We haven't. The Vikings are, I guess you call them a real team. They were their only loss.
Yeah.
But the Jaguars have been doing good the past few games. But this is our real test. You know what I mean? This is our test right here. If we were to lose this game or fall short of a couple of points, then I'd be like, damn. Because the Cardinals are a playoff team. Granted, they lost 34-11 last year in a dumpster fire, but still, their beginning season stretch is usually really strong. They choke in the end, but still, that half-season push is just strong.
Yeah. So, let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Sexiest quarterback in the league. Sexiest man in the league. Proud to say he's my father.
Absolutely.
So, let's talk about how far he's come. He was a 4-star recruit in high school. He was the first freshman quarterback to start under Nick Saban in 2016. He also wins the Freshman of the Year award in 2016, and he was rated as one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in college. Then he gets benched at halftime in the 2018 game against Georgia for Tua. And then the following year, he leads a comeback in the SEC championship game against the same team in the same stadium because Tua got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He transfers to Oklahoma, where he would place second in Heisman voting. Then we draft him in the second round. At the time, I was one of the few people, you can look at the video on YouTube, I was one of the few people who actually liked the pick, given that Carson Wentz is not durable, and he was like an insurance policy. Because around at that time, people were saying that, granted, we invested a second-round pick on a backup quarterback, and on top of that, they were talking about having him be like a Taysom Hill type of player, like having Jalen as a
Yeah.
gadget player. So people were upset about that. I I liked it because he was my favorite prospect coming out of that draft. Like I only had two things in mind for the 2020 draft. One, who are we gonna how are we gonna do in the draft, and where was Jalen Hurts gonna go? Because originally I had him going to like Pittsburgh, but I
Yeah.
mean, hey, we got him. I'm happy about it.
Definitely. He a lot of people this year like kind of had him as being like that. This is his year or whatever,
Yeah,
and showing up. Personally, I was kind of like, his development isn't. It's okay. Like I'm not saying it's bad, but last year he was kind of just that average quarterback
yeah,
making mistakes, some good throws, but this year he's definitely showing out.
oh yeah,
I think the only problem I have with the team right now is staying in the pocket. Stop rolling out to the right when it's third down and you have no other play to draw up. Stay in the pocket. That's how quarterbacks win Super Bowls. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's one of those things where don't get intimidated by pocket pressure. Jalen Hurts, I haven't. I think he has, but I'm not. I don't recall, but I haven't seen Jalen Hurts lead like a game-winning drive.
There was no need to.
True, but you need that clutch gene. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if we have come playoff time, you can't just say there's no need to, because there is a
yeah,
need
that's
to. When
true.
you
Yeah,
hit
no,
that,
I know, no, I know what you're saying, but yeah,
yeah,
he hasn't. I
you know
actually
it.
saw on like Football Reference that he had, I think, one or two game-winning drives. I can take a look real quick.
If you did
Um,
that, that's really good.
yeah, I'm taking a look right. Yeah, two comebacks, two game-winning drives. It says so. I'm trying to pull this up real quick. So, oh yeah, the Panthers game last year, it was a game-winning drive,
That's right. Yeah, we were down 18.
and Washington, the last time we played Washington during the raining game I think it was it was in Philly. I think it was that game. He led a game-winning drive. And both of those games, I noticed his passing wasn't all that there either. Like the Panthers game last year, 59% passing and 198 yards and a pick. And that's something I noticed about Jalen too. You look at his stat line, he's either going to have a really bad passing, he's going to have a really bad passing game, but a really good running game, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
That's like another thing I wanted to talk about him too. His rookie year, sure, he gave us a spark, but he had like his four starts as a rookie, they were up and down. Like his stats were not that good. 6 touchdowns, 4 picks, and his completion percentage was like 52%. And yeah, that was fucking terrible. Then the next year, like you said, he put up average numbers. I love Jalen Hurts, but yeah, he was definitely an average quarterback last year. Sure, he did great running the ball, but if you look at his passing stats, they were not that good.
It was not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like the way he played against the Cowboys in the first game and his performance against the Giants, that was terrible.
Really bad. The Giants game, especially. Excuse me. Giants game, especially, was just. Oh man, I remember watching it. It's so disappointing. 3 picks against a mid team that could have brought us to 10-7. 10-7 looks so much better than 9-8. And
Yeah.
so much.
We
And
almost
then,
won that game too.
yeah, we did, but thank God he's not here anymore. Jalen
Yeah.
Rager.
Yeah, yeah, we all know how you feel about Rager.
We definitely. I'll admit it to everybody. I swipe up on his Insta. I'll swipe up and I'll be like, "You're an L."
Yeah.
He just wasn't productive here. You know what I mean? Like, wish him the best anywhere else, but in Philly, wasn't his spot, wasn't his place. He couldn't catch the ball. He couldn't do anything here. So there's the door. Get out. E40.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts last year, he completed 61% of his passes last year. That's not good. Carson Wentz actually completed 61% of his passes the year he would have won MVP, believe it or not.
Mm.
But yeah, there's definitely improvement this year. Jalen, there would be games where he wouldn't throw for not even 200 yards in a game last year. Like,
Yeah.
he was throwing for like 195, that kind of stuff. And let me take a look here. Yeah, last year he was averaging 210 passing yards a game. This year, granted, it's only 4 games. This year, he's averaging 280 passing yards a game. His completion percentage is a 66.7, which is one of the highest in the league right now. And if I'm not mistaken, he is also, let me take a look here. He is also, of course, they included, if you take out Matt Ryan and, God damn it, if you take out Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson, if you take their stats out for this week, Jalen Hurts would be 4th in passing yards.
Wow.
And overall, I think he's 2nd in total yards behind Josh Allen. And, you know, Josh Allen's like the MVP favorite this year.
Definitely is. I think Jalen's definitely making that statement. I think the one thing I want to see from Jalen is like a multi-touchdown games, no interceptions, you know, a lot of passing yards, kind of putting up not Madden stats, but, you know, almost like Mahomes stats for a game. Like,
yeah, he did that against Washington.
Did he?
Yeah, 340 passing yards and 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he did. That's right. But I mean, like, against a contender, you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about. But like I said, I've seen a lot of improvement from him this year. He's thrown, if you notice, he's been throwing the ball deep more often than he did last year. Like last year, he would hesitate. He wouldn't even look in the middle of the field. He was a one-read quarterback. Now, the majority of his deep, sure, he missed a couple, but the majority of his deep passes this year were really good.
They were. It's accurate, but it's nothing like, I'm not expecting Aaron Rodgers rainbows or anything, but it's on point accurate. He did a lot of work this season. You know, we went to the open practice. Obviously, that glorious 30-yard catch by A.J. Brown.
Yeah. That was in the bucket, too.
Just right in the hands. Chef's kiss. It was, you know, defense was not even needed. It was such a good catch. But, you know, catches like those is what you want to see in the real games and such. And you want your quarterback to perform. Jalen Hurts is such a favorite this year to go off, turn up. And I think Sunday is where he's really going to show. I think Sunday is his make or break. If he wins on Sunday, puts up a good performance, no choking, you know, whatever, no interceptions. I mean, you know, tip drill type thing is fine. You know, no interceptions or good stats against a good Cardinals team who's coming off a win that last week against Carolina, and then the previous week that 20-point comeback. So they're looking pretty good right now, but I'm not worried about our defense. I'm not.
Yeah, our defense has been doing pretty good. Now, like you said, granted, we weren't playing against really good teams. However, you know, our defensive line is lethal. You can't deny. We lead the league in sacks, I think.
Yeah, our D line is like no joke. You know, Brandon Graham, so excited to have him back. Fletcher Cox, he's not rusting or getting older, losing that superstar development, but he's definitely coming through this year. Our whole D line. James Bradbury, such a good cornerback too. I feel like we really needed that.
Yeah.
Maddox as cornerback 2 last year was just.
Yeah, our cornerback 2 here. Our past few cornerback 2s. Last year we had Steven. No, I don't know if it was Steven Nelson. Who the hell did we have last year? Was Steven Nelson last year?
Great, yeah.
We had Nelson last year, and then before that we had Nikel Roby-Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not that good. Bradbury is pretty good. He's like
talking like he's the real Darius. He had a pick last week, right?
He did. Him and Darius Slay are in the top 3 for the lowest quarterback rating allowed when targeting them. And I want to follow up. You said make or break game for Jalen Hurts. Sure, there can be multiple, but I think his actual make or break game was against the Vikings because there were so many people were saying this is the most important game in Jalen Hurts' career. A lot of people were saying that. You can look all over the fan pages and everything. They're saying this is like a make or break game for him. Is he legit or whatever? And we saw how good he did. 84% passing, 333 yards, a passing touchdown, and 2 rushing touchdowns on 57 yards.
Real quick, little game update. Scherzer gives up another homer. Holy crap, dude! That ball was yoked against Scherzer. Oh, dude, this is bad. Scherzer's a nut in the playoffs.
It's only top of the second, too.
I know. 2 outs, top of the second, 3-0 Padres.
Wow. And see, look, this shows you. Look at all the weapons Jalen Hurts has now. He has the best offensive line in the league. He has his best friend, A.J. Brown. Just having A.J. Brown makes a difference. You see how good Jalen has been this year now that he has actual weapons. Because his number one last year was a rookie Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to be that person. I mean, Devontae Smith was good, but I feel like our fan base last year was overrating him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's doing really good this year. Like, what's it called? A.J. Brown is... You have to take Cortland Sutton out of here because they counted the Thursday night games. But A.J. Brown, before Thursday night, was third in receiving yards. He has 404 receiving yards right now. And throughout all 4 games, his quote-unquote worst performance was 5 catches for 69 yards against the Vikings.
Mm.
And that is like a really good stat line regardless.
It is. And, when you said that, last year receiver 1 was Devonta Smith, I agree there. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling my friend this today. I didn't like Devonta Smith wide receiver 1. I didn't. I knew it. A physical guy. Devonta Smith is a breakaway guy. He's not going to look for that. Throw it up here unless it's Patrick Surtain.
He did that against Patrick Surtain, but yeah, we did not have a 50-50 ball receiver. Our receivers last year were Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and Jalen Reagor. Quez Watkins, though, I will admit, he did catch some 50-50 balls. Like, he's really nice with it. But we didn't have that true 50-50 guy. We did not have like an A.J. Brown or an Alshon Jeffrey.
He did. I remember that game last year against the Niners. Was actually there. That 91-yard pass. Unfortunately, we lost to them, but
we didn't even score on that drive.
Yeah, we got a field goal out of it.
We didn't. No, we didn't even go for the field goal. We did not score at all on that drive.
Wow. I think we lost like 17-11 or something, and I was like, "Damn, man,
yeah.
I wish we could have had that game back." But Quez Watkins been stepping up. I mean, he's only had a few receptions. His only good play was like that 153-yard bomb, but he's a fast, movie guy. He just needs to create separation and just work on his physical. I think A.J. Brown's definitely the savior here because we needed a big guy on our team. Yeah. We needed a Metcalf build or whoever just to get in the open field and just go for it. Mm-hmm. Devonta is not a good wide receiver 1 because he's slim. Call him the slim.
I think he's he needs more time to develop, but I wouldn't say he's a true number 1. Like, I think he's more of a 1B. I would say he's like a Kyrie Irving, if you know what I'm trying to say.
I was going to say in terms of football, he's like a Marquise Brown. He's like a Marquise Brown wide receiver 1. Like, not...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not too bad. Now Marquise Brown... Is he wide receiver 1 in the Cardinals? I think he is.
Yeah, because D-Hop's suspended right now.
Yeah, so same thing with them. They no longer have Christian Kirk, which was pretty good. But, slim guy, was not a physical receiver. And if he tried to, he really couldn't. Mm-hmm. But he's good now. I think wide receiver 2 fits him. I think he's a receiver, stay in the slot, get open. A.J. Brown's going to be that deep ball guy, same with Quez, and you're going to get moving. I've been saying this since beginning of last year. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but you have to build around him. You have to build around him. Josh Allen, his first years in the league, sucked. He was so bad his first 2 years. Terrible. And Buffalo, Bills Mafia was like, this guy sucks, he's awful. but they built around him, and
Yeah.
now there's a contender. And it's the same thing we should do with Jalen Hurts, and it's the same thing we should do with every other quarterback. We should have did it with Nick Foles, traded Carson Wentz, build around Nick Foles. But you know what? We did it, and
Yeah.
now we're a pretty much completely different team. I
Yeah, we
think
are.
3, 4 players from 2017, but it's just we build around quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is out of the pocket guy, but he can stay in the pocket. I think his best
Wait,
game.
Matt, I'm going to have to cut you off. The Zoom is about to end, so I'm going to take a break and then restart the Zoom.
That's fine.
All right.
All right.
Okay, this kid is talking tons of shit. In case you don't know, my brother's a Giants fan. Doesn't know how to act. Trying to walk out the house. Can't stand this shit anymore.
Hey, buddy,
Jesus Christ. What?
the Eagles suck. Hurts.
Anything else to say?
The Eagles sucks.
Okay.
3 interceptions.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Screw you, pal. Yeah. You finally win a game. You don't know how to act.
We're 4-7. You're 5-7.
Alright, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Hope we kick your ass next time. Bitch. Okay, this kid is talking tons of shit. In case you don't know.
but I don't know. I'm gonna make it like Phillies theme.
Yeah. All right, welcome back
Actually,
from
I'll
our.
make.
Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back
Good
from our
corner.
brief break. So, Matt, you were talking about Jalen Hurts always being a good quarterback.
I was saying that Jalen Hurts. I mean, couldn't really show up, but I kind of like adversity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of like a quarterback that makes the most of what he has instead of just like, let me get this star one receiver, 5-star receiver, and 5-star this. It's kind of like perfect example, Tua.
Yeah.
Tua is definitely an okay quarterback, but he's got Waddle and Tua or Waddle and Hill
Yeah.
on a decent defense, so they can definitely go far. I think the last season, correct me if I'm wrong, they lost 8 in a row and they won 9 in a row.
Yeah, they lost like so many in a row, and then they went on a pretty big win streak.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just something like that. Like, see, I like to see a quarterback go through adversity of his team and then build around him. That was kind of Hurts. He made the most of what he had from his team
Yeah.
and really good. He has like what, 2 picks? One?
He has 2 picks. The first pick he threw was not even his fault. That was,
That was the Vikings game, right?
yeah, that was when Gainwell, he
Tipped it.
dropped the ball.
And the pick six. That pick six scared me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It definitely scared the shit out of me. But like I said, that game, 21 points in 4 quarters is not bad. But that 14-0 start was just tough. We shouldn't be doing that. But it's just hurts now that we built around him. I'm truly feeling more confident as it goes by, as games progress. The Bucks getting beat by 10. That late touchdown to pretty much make the score seem like less damage.
Mm-hmm.
But 41-31 was the score. I feel confident that we could beat the Bucks if we had to. Same thing with the Rams. The Rams aren't looking too good right now. It seems like they're still a little hungover.
The Packers.
I think the Packers are an easy win. Not easy, but definitely a winnable
Rodgers
game.
is definitely going to give us trouble. Like, granted, he does. His best weapons right now are Aaron Jones and like a 55-year-old Randall Cobb. But
yeah, Alan Lazard's pretty good too.
yeah, he's still gonna give us trouble. But the Packers defense though is pretty good.
It is pretty good. I like their defense a lot. Jair Alexander, good player. Russell Douglas, a dog. Always respect for that dude.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching their defense. Rashawn Gary, also a sexy beast. He's a demon in the sheets, and as well as big offense.
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers, obviously one of the GOATs. Can't play when it matters, but he's a good quarterback. And they have their wide receiver core is like a bunch of D2 receivers.
Yeah.
So
you can't blame Rodgers for that Niners. I mean, sure, the offense did struggle a little bit last year, but San Francisco's defense has always been good. But
true.
Let's be honest. The Packers' special teams is what costed them the game.
I think so too.
Blocked field goal, blocked punt.
Yeah, they had a lot of drives they could have gotten back, and I don't know what happened with them, but it's just like why? Like, why would this happen? And in Lambeau is crazy.
Yeah.
On a snowy day is crazy when you're from one of the hottest states in the world. That's crazy.
Especially in the playoffs. Because even in the regular season, teams have a hard time beating the Packers in Lambeau. We
Absolutely.
did it, but especially in the playoffs, it's like really difficult because it's a whole different atmosphere when you're in Lambeau in the playoffs.
It is, yeah. And for the Niners to go in there, move on to the NFC Championship, mid quarterback, the handsome looking Jimmy G got the win. And he's just like, I look at Jimmy G as a mid Tom Brady.
I mean, he has been his backup for like 4 years.
That's if Tom Brady was mid. That's Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I know he taught him everything, but if he was mid, that's him.
Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, I do think Jimmy G. I think even then Jimmy G is like more mobile than Brady too. But I do get what you're saying. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I kind of rewatched the NFC Championship game when he tried to get the ball out of play and stuff. I don't really point. I don't want to point fingers. I'm going to say that wasn't his fault.
I'll be real with you. I don't even remember what happened. Are you talking
So,
about when like he was trying to throw it away or something and ended up being like a pick or a fumble?
yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm not really going to point fingers here, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think it was his fault. He was just trying to make the play happen. Was it a bad throw? Absolutely. But it's just one of those things where it's like, come on, dude. Got to make a play. It beats taking a sack with the clock run.
Yeah.
Now, better to get 0 yards than negative, like, 8. So,
Hey, if you remember, the Rams could have the Niners could have easily won that game if Jaquiski Tart caught that pick.
yeah, I remember that. That's right. I remember that. And he dropped it. Dumbass.
We signed him too for a little bit. He wanted to stay in Philly. He's not a bad safety either, but I mean, we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson out of it. He's a dog too.
Yeah, he's definitely a dog. I like him
He's
a lot.
Philly. I say it with so many athletes, but he like you watch him like mic'd up and such. He's Philly.
Who?
C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's a shit talker. He's great in the locker room. All that stuff.
That's
He's
good.
He's a dog.
I think in terms of playing football, I think this team is such a mental brothership. I think in the locker room, it's all
I know.
mental. When it's game time to clock in, it's all mental. Adversity, they're going to be there for each other. They're all like brothers. And that's what builds a championship team. That's what builds and creates a dynasty. You know what I mean? I think this team is just so mentally prepared every game. And I personally value mental health over physical health, because if your mental health is bad, you're not going to work out. You're not going to get in the gym. You're not going to do the thing you need to do. If you're not physically healthy, I'm not talking injuries. I'm talking out of shape. Your mentality is going to get that through. That dog mentality, that underdog mentality, because you're in Philly or anywhere you play. You're going to need that. You're going to need that mentality to carry you. Physically, you can easily get in shape if your mentality is strong. That motivation, what you do in the morning, not saying, where'd the dog go? But it all starts there. But that's what I liked about 2017 as well.
Yeah.
Same thing. You see, typically see a lot of football players acting all not ghetto, but kind of with that attitude and that demeanor and whatever.
It's a perfect mix.
But when you see Nick Foles, dude, literally the complete opposite. Believer in Christ, everything. Such a humble dude. Won the chip, backup quarterback, Big Dick Nick.
Yeah.
And he I'm sure he wouldn't approve any of those names, but I'm sure he's heard them a million times over. Saint Nick, Big Dick Nick, whatever, dude. It's one dude that's him. It's him, dude. He is him.
Oh yeah.
He's him.
He is. Yeah, when you said chemistry and such, I couldn't agree more. Because I remember I noticed, I'm going to use the NBA here. The teams that make when they make the finals, they're usually the teams that have, the best chemistry. For instance, the Raptors, the year they had Kawhi. I'm not going to talk about the Sixers, but the year they won the championship, they had the best team chemistry in the league that year. Then the next year, the Miami Heat, same thing. They had some of the best team chemistry you'll ever see, and they made it to the finals. Fortunately, they lost because it's playoff LeBron, one of the greatest players of all time. But you see what I'm saying? It's usually teams. That's what I always say too. I don't bet on the teams that have some of the best players in the league. if I have a team winning the NBA Finals, I always take chemistry in a key consideration. Like that's probably the biggest factor for me.
Yeah.
Because you look at that Raptors team. Kawhi Leonard was like their only really good player. Everyone else on that team, they were above average. But because they had that chemistry and everything, that's what got them over the top. Yeah. But even the like I said, even Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler was like the best player. Other than that, sure, you had Bam Adebayo, but everyone else on that team, they were like average too. And I'm seeing a lot of, and I'm talking about chemistry right now. I don't want to sound biased, but based on everything I've seen basketball-wise, I think the Sixers have the best chemistry going into this season this year.
I think so too, because a lot of the guys we have, our starting five is nasty.
I know.
It's gross.
This is our best starting five since 2018.
I definitely agree. And honestly, I think if you're a Sixers fan, I know a player you're most excited to see this year. It's James Harden.
Yeah, I'm also stoked. I can't wait to see. I am stoked, baby. I can't wait to see PJ Tucker. I love PJ Tucker. And now that he's like if you watch his highlights, if you watch like him mic'd up and everything, he is literally Philly. Like how Mike Scott was when he was here? Same thing. But yeah, I'm this year I'm most excited to see Maxey and Harden. I think Maxey's going to take another step. I don't know if you watched any of the preseason games, but he's done really well so far. Like he would already the first game against the Nets, he scored like the first 12 points for the Sixers, and he made like all of his shots while he was doing it too. He didn't miss a shot when doing it. And even against the Cavaliers, he was on fire. So I'm looking forward to seeing Tyrese Maxey out of all the players. Our depth this year too is really good. Like our depth last year was not good at all. And that's why we were constantly losing games. Because you would look like, for instance, I remember clear as day when we played against the Nuggets bench had like 53 points and the Sixers bench only had 17. Like that's how bad our bench is. Now we have like a really, really good bench.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing the Sixers have struggled with for years. It's our bench.
It's always our depth. We have a terrible bench. The last time we had a good bench was 2017, 2018. Like when we had Ilyasova and like Bellinelli. Like that was our best bench. Last year wasn't that good.
That bench was sturdy. It was a sturdy bench, and that's been the problem with all Philadelphia teams. You know what I mean? It's just the bench and our depth. And that's
the Eagles always had some good depth. I think.
True. I guess it should be specific and say the Phillies.
Yeah.
Our bullpen.
Oh my God. That's. I will admit that year, I watched one Phillies game that year because our bench was so shitty. In the game I watched, we were winning the game, and then the second I didn't know who was pitching that time, but I remember we were winning that game. The second our bullpen came in, we lost. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm not watching another Phillies game this year. Like I said, there's 162 games. I probably watch like 10, 15. I don't watch the full games. It depends on how the games are. But with me, I'm only going to watch like some games that are going to be pretty good. Like I would watch the Phillies and Mets games maybe. If we played them this year, I would definitely watch a Phillies-Yankees game. I'm not going to lie. I do like the Yankees too. But, of course, Philly, have to rep Philly. But I would watch a Phillies-Yankees series. And, of course, I'd have to with Anthony because, he's a New York fan. But I would only watch, like, a Phillies-Dodgers series, a Phillies-Yankees series, and, like, a Phillies-Mets series. And then I'll watch, the season or home opener and playoff games if we make it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I understand. I think this year I'm going to dedicate more of my time to the Sixers because I've watched baseball the most I have ever in my life.
Yeah, you're going to like games like every other week.
Yeah, it was. It was. I enjoyed it a lot, and honestly, last year was a disappointment, but this year, kind of a disappointment. Finished only 10 games above 500, but our last few games we needed to lose because to face the Cardinals instead of the Mets.
Oh
So
God.
it was okay, but I want to dedicate a lot of my time to the Sixers because I watched the entire playoff series, the one against Toronto and then the one against the Heat. I
Yeah.
watched both the series and I was like, okay, I'm learning more about basketball. I'm getting familiar with the sport. I want to check it out a lot more. Obviously, preseason isn't my thing, unless it's like
No, the preseason games. It's not like football. Like usually the starters play the first half of the game. Preseason
yeah,
basketball games are pretty good.
yeah, and it's just I'm definitely invested a lot more in those three sports, and it's exciting to see, but it's postseason baseball right now.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all.
The loathe the Yankees because the last time we were in the playoffs and made it to the World Series, that's the team we lost to. So I show no respect for that team. I think we lost. Oh, I think we lost in 6 or 7. I don't
I think it was
remember.
six.
Might have been 6,
Yeah.
but a lot of things went wrong. We were a really good team that year.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, not that year. 2011, we were a really good team. Made it to the playoffs. Ironically, the last team we played in the playoffs was the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Now we're bench. And yesterday, on that day, Roy Halladay, second no hitter in MLB history, or postseason history, my mistake.
Yeah.
And we actually lost that series. That was crazy. That was game one of the series, and we lost the series, but
Yeah.
the soul. But I'm just excited for freaking Philly. If we win tomorrow, I'm gonna go freaking nuts. If we win tomorrow, wow, like that'll be insane.
Wait, who do we play afterwards? The Braves or someone like that? Who do we play?
Yeah, I'll play the Braves. So here's the NL bracket would work in terms of the Phillies' favor. We win tomorrow. We play the Braves. We beat the Braves in 5. We play the Dodgers or the Mets. Let's say the Dodgers. We play the Dodgers. Boom, beat the Dodgers. Go to the World Series. I'm not gonna lie. We're either gonna play the Astros or the Yankees. Let's say we play the Yankees. Boom. Obviously, we win the World Series. So that's how that bracket will work. So we're gonna play the Braves next, and then after that, it'll either be the Mets or it'll be the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers is where it will stop, or even the Braves. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Cardinals are a great team. It's just today their pitching did not show out like it should have. Ryan Hesley, one of the best closers in the league, an all-star this year, had 4 errors and gave up 3 runs, I think, when it counted the most.
Just cracked my back. That felt good. Yeah, well, so like you said, you're gonna start getting more familiar with basketball this year. Now that the Phillies are in the playoffs, I'm gonna get more. I had earlier in the season, I had some baseball knowledge, but not as much as I do now. But now that we're in the playoffs, I'm gonna start watching the games more, so I can get more familiar with it.
But yeah, I mean, as long as you rev. At first, I was like, apparently I had like this vivid memory in my brain of like me watching the World Series on like a box TV, and we were losing, and I was like, damn, we lost the World Series or whatever. But so I haven't been a Phillies fan for a while, but now I'm like remembering, starting to get back into it, starting to obviously watch a lot more games. I think the Sixers are what I've been lacking because you guys know I'm not a huge basketball fan.
Yeah, I know.
I do want to get into basketball a lot. I do this year. I think I probably will. And I think it's just one of those things where I just have to, know the sport because you guys don't want to commentate and such.
Yeah.
So if I can do like 3 sports, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Are
Yeah,
we going
so-
to touch on any topics of sports?
Yeah, I wanted to. I was gonna cover more of the Eagles Cardinals game. I wanted to talk about baseball, but I think we got baseball out of the way.
We definitely
Some
did.
football stuff, maybe. there's only like one major thing that happened in basketball, and we know what that is. We could talk about that. Yeah, so Draymond Green like punched the shit out of Jordan Poole in practice today.
Is there a video of it or no?
Yeah, there was. They leaked it. He got rocked.
Really? I didn't see the video.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But yeah, he got fucking rocked. TMZ posted it.
Damn, TMZ's everywhere, bro.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing with TMZ. Whoever finds videos, TMZ will pay you money to use it. That's why you see a lot of stuff on TMZ, because they pay the people that give them the videos. So whoever, now especially with this video, whoever gave TMZ the video, they got a payday. Because anything with Draymond Green and altercations it's a seller. It'll definitely give you some clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it and I'll send it to you. But yeah, he apparently Jordan Poole was talking shit to Draymond Green. Allegedly, he called him a triple single, which is hilarious because Draymond Green's stats will look like 7 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Like offensively, he's not. If you watch him, Draymond Green, he has a really good basketball IQ. Like, I think if he retires, he will definitely be either like a commentator or a coach, maybe. But he's offensively, he's not a good player. He's good at playmaking, but defensively, he's good too. But other than that, he's just not that good of a player. And Jordan Poole was talking shit to him, allegedly. And then you see in the video, Draymond Green gets up in his face. Jordan Poole shoves him back, and then Draymond Green came right back with a fucking right hook and knocked his ass.
Damn.
Let me see if I can find it though. It's definitely on Twitter. I know it's definitely it's definitely everywhere. I just need to find the right page or whatever. I'll definitely find it. If I find it, you know what? I'll look right now. Yeah, Draymond Green trending this and the third. Yeah, Barstool Sports posted it. I'm going to send it to you on Twitter right now. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, he rocked him. And that whole thing happened. There's going to be a lot of teams tanking this year because during the NBA G League, you have Victor Wembanyama, a center from France who is 7'6". He literally looks like my player in 2K. This guy is 7'6", knocking down 3-pointers like it's nothing. And then you have Scoot Henderson, who is balling out in the G League too. These two guys are going to be the top 2 picks in next year's draft. So there's a chance we could very well see, 5 2015 Sixer teams. It's going to be because Victor Wembanyama, he looks good. I don't know if you've seen him, but his highlights, oh my god.
Dude, he rocked him.
Yeah, he fucking knocked his ass out.
Oh my god.
It's fucking terrible. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama he's the consensus number 1 pick next year, without a doubt. There's going to be at least 6 teams tanking for him because he's the next best thing right now. Like I said, this guy's 7'6", 7'7", and he's knocking down threes like it's nothing, like catch and shoot threes, all this kind of stuff. So it's absurd. And another thing, I mentioned it in our group chat. God damn it, 40 minutes went by that quick. I mentioned in our group chat, Joel Embiid has French citizenship, so he is eligible to play on the French Olympic team or in the FIBA tournament. But he also just got his U.S. citizenship. And right now, I believe Team USA is trying to get him to come to Team USA to play for them, which I think will be great because honestly, the past few years, the past few times Team USA was in the last time we had a good team. We never had a good center really. 2020 we had Bam Adebayo. He's good defensively, but he's
Bam
not.
Adebayo.
Yeah, Adebayo, he's not bad, 2016. I don't know. I think 2016 we had Kevin Love, and 2012 we had Tyson Chandler. We didn't. The centers we had were not that great. So if we can get Embiid, he's probably the best center to have played for Team USA since what's his face, Ewing maybe. I don't remember most of them, but I was surprised. I don't know if Dwight Howard even played for Team USA because prime Dwight Howard was really good too.
Yeah.
And it's actually a crime that he didn't make top 75 players. But yeah, Dwight Howard didn't go to the Olympics. So Embiid, if we get Embiid on Team USA, I mean, usually every year USA is a lock to win the men's basketball tournament. I mean, 2020 we were off to a rocky start. But if we get Embiid on the team and then we get like Kevin Durant on that team again, we're the favorites. Honestly too, I feel like Embiid would probably go to Team USA because Team France, they have Rudy Gobert and that Victor Wembanyama. They already have two big centers, and honestly, there's no need for Embiid to be there. But Embiid likes competition. You know, he's never a guy like full on super team, but it would be nice if he played for Team USA. That'd be dope.
Yeah. Well, he can't play for Team USA, can he? Because he's not from USA.
Well, he just gained his U.S. citizenship like a few weeks ago.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he just got his French citizenship like a month or two ago, and literally like at least a week or two ago, he got his American citizenship. So he is eligible to play for Team USA. I don't blame him too because like Cameroonian's Olympic team, yeah, like there's no one on that team at all. So I can't blame him. It'll be Embiid versus everybody. Because I'll put it to you this way. I don't know if you know, but when it comes to men's basketball and the Olympics, the powerhouses are USA and Spain. You can say France too. France is like always third place, but in the championship, in the first place game, it's almost always Team USA and Spain. They both go at it. But yeah, I feel like Embiid, it would be nice if he'd go to Team USA because it's a better fit for him.
It'd be stacked, dude.
Yeah, because like I said, we never had like a really good center on our team. Like the centers we had were just good on defense, and that was it. Now Bam Adebayo, he had a couple good games in the Olympics, but I mean he's not Embiid. I mean you saw that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You saw how good Bam Adebayo was doing against DeAndre Jordan, who's fucking washed. He was getting 23 points, 24 points. The second Embiid came back, he disappeared. So.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. Let's talk about the Eagles real quick. So obviously we're gonna be playing in Arizona at 4:00, and the last time Hurts and Kyler Murray played each other was Hurts' rookie season. Cardinals won 33-26. Jalen's weapons that game were a washed Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, not saying he's washed, but Zach Ertz, Jalen Reagor, Greg Ward, Travis Fulgham, and Quez Watkins.
Travis Fulgham.
Yeah.
Oh man, so inspirational, dude.
I know.
Never, dude.
Then Kyler's weapons, he had DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, Chase Edmonds, Kenyon Drake, and Larry Fitzgerald. And here's the thing with D-Hop. Darius Slay was not playing that week. So it was literally Michael Jacquet, who was literally working in a grocery store before the Eagles called him. We had a 9-to-5 worker on DeAndre Hopkins that game. And DeAndre Hopkins had 170 receiving yards. And we only lost by a touchdown. So, yeah. Kyler Murray's stats that game, 128 passer rating. He completed 75% of his passes, 406 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a rushing touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his stats, a 102.3 passer rating. Like I said, completion percentage that year was not good. 55% of his passes were completed, 338 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes, a rushing touchdown, 63 rushing yards, and he was sacked 6 times. So that game was not in our favor, but yet we only lost by 7 points. And here's some game notes for you. I went ham on the research. We're 4-0. We're 2-0 in away games, and we played against Detroit and Washington. The Cardinals are 0-2 at home, and they played Kansas City and the Rams. So obviously they played better teams than we did.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals will not have DeAndre Hopkins. And our stats, we're currently second in yards per game, 6th in passing yards, 5th in rushing yards, 4th in scoring. We are an 8th on 3rd down and 10th on 4th down. And we are a top 10 team in the red zone. And there's this website called Lineups. They give you like the actual ranking as a whole for both sides of the ball. And you know, all the stuff I told you, we're top 10 in, and somehow they have us ranked as a 15th offense. Makes no sense. The Cardinals' defense is the 5th worst in the league. Their defense is the only good thing they're good at on defense is their running game. They're good at run defense, 5th in the league. Everything else are like 14th and below.
Yeah.
So, and their offense, it's literally you can't get more mid than this. 14th in yards per game, 15th in passing, 15th in rushing, 14th in points.
Holy crap.
29th on 3rd down, 11th on 4th down, 14th in the red zone. That you cannot get more mid than that. Everything is like average. Then our defense, top 10. We're top 10 in everything. Points, yards allowed. We only allow like 277 yards a game. We're top 10 in rushing and passing yards. I mean, obviously that goes under, yards allowed as a whole. We're 10th in points allowed. We're the 2nd best team in the league on 4th down percentage. And Lineups has us ranked as the 9th best defense in the league. I think we're like top 7.
I think we're top 7 as well. Like something like around like close to top 5.
Yeah. And so I guess I can give you my Eagle prediction now. My score prediction for the game, I'm thinking 28-7. I'm thinking 28-17 Eagles.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna say 24. Maybe like 24-17 or like 24-20 or something.
Yeah, I can see that. We haven't won a game in Arizona in a while either, from what I heard. Every time I think of us playing in Arizona, I think of Jeremy Macklin going over the Gatorade table. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah,
That's funny because we lost that game 24-20, since that's one of your score predictions too.
When I think of the Arizona and the Eagles, I think of the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, that too. We could have had a Pennsylvania battle if you think about it.
Yeah.
We're so close.
We were so close to it. Could have been the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. All right, so the thing's gonna end again. I'm gonna do a break, and like I said, it's the same information. So I'll just end this real quick, and we'll be back on. Oh God. All right, welcome back. So
Yeah.
we just gave our pick on the Eagles game, and right now I don't have Anthony Vicente or Sal's
Holy
pick.
shit, dude.
What happened?
Matt Scherzer has 71 pitches in the fifth.
My God!
Holy
My
crap.
God!
Dude, the average is like, let's say like 12.
Jesus God!
But he's got 72 now in the fifth. One man on base, top of the fifth, one out. Damn. Padres 3, Mets nothing. Dude, if the Padres win, against the Mets and they win the series, oh my gosh. I'll be so happy. I'm going to shit on my friend Chris and all the Mets fans all week.
Oh yes.
Anyways, let's get to our our picks.
All right. So Anthony just sent me his picks for the week. So let's start off with that god awful game on Thursday. Jesus, that game was terrible. 12-9.
What?
I'm referring to we're talking about the Colts and Broncos game that occurred. That fucking game. I can't believe I watched the entire thing.
You watched the entire game?
I had nothing better to do, believe it or not. I tried to find something else to do, but it's football. I had to watch it. I needed to talk about how bad it was today.
Fair enough. Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't watch it at all. I just saw like clips and stuff.
Dude,
And all the meat. Let
it
Russ
was
cook.
terrible. I'm not even like, I watched every second of the game. It was bad. Like, the Broncos, once they get into the red zone, they forget how to play offense. And just when you think they're going to score a touchdown, Russell Wilson throws a pick. Another dinger. Let me take a look.
It's 6-0 Padres.
Oh!
Let's go, dude. I'm sitting on my friend Chris so hard, dude. He's got to be kidding.
Yeah, that game, I believe in what I tell you, that was fucking bad. That is easily the worst game I've ever watched. I'm not even going by what social media is saying. Me personally, I wouldn't. No, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was unwatchable. Yeah, just when you think the Broncos were going to score, they would turn the ball. It would be every time they'd have to punt the ball. Every time like they had to punt the ball away or they turned it over, the fans were letting them have it. They were booing every opportunity they had. It was a shit show, bro.
Were there like no touchdowns?
God, where is it?
Were there no touchdowns?
No touchdowns. 12-9, all field goals. So, I mean, you can't see it. I have the Week 5 pick sheet up, and yeah, Matt, if you watch the stream afterwards, I made some changes. It actually looks a lot cleaner than I had it before. So, yeah, the game, it was terrible. It was 12-9. They had a chance. The Broncos had a chance to win the game in regulation, but Russell Wilson throws a pick in the end zone to Stephon Gilmore, I think it was.
No, I don't think it was a pick. I think it was like or it might have been. I don't know.
He threw a pick in regulation, but in overtime, they went instead of going for the tie. It was 4th and 1, pretty much at the goal line, and Russell Wilson's a quarterback. Does that sound familiar to you, Matt?
Yes.
And he passed it again. They needed 1 yard, and Melvin Gordon would have definitely punched it through. They could have went for the field goal to make it a tie game, but Hackett did learn. He's like, you know what? I do have a $250 million quarterback. Let me march him onto the field because this is what he's getting paid to do. So, Yeah, and they didn't get it. They should. I think they should have went for the kick. But it was terrible. Every time they were in the red zone, they forget how to play offense. It was terrible. Like their drive in overtime was looking really good, but they couldn't do anything with that drive. That was an embarrassing game, and on both sides. Let me read you the graphic I saw. Where is it? So the QB comparisons. Matt Ryan, 22 for 37, 218 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, a 54 QBR, and he was sacked 6 times. Russell Wilson stats. At the time I took the picture, 19 for 36, 213 passing yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, 48 QBR, and sacked 4 times.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez, after the game, was talking about yo, if this was a rookie quarterback, or if this is a guy who's in his second or third year in the league, he would have been benched already.
Mm-hmm.
And Richard Sherman was livid. He was saying,
I know. I heard him post game.
Dude, he was having a meltdown about it. He was like, you should have ran the ball. You didn't learn from your mistakes. This, that, and the third. It was he lost it. But yeah, I didn't even want to say this game was a mid-off. It was worse than mid, like Vicente said. It was terrible. So for that game, I picked Denver because Indianapolis didn't have Jonathan Taylor, but Denver found a way to fuck up. So I'm 0-1 to start. Oh, yes. So if we go to the picks, overall, I'm 36-27. Vicente is 33-30. Sal is 39-24. Matt, you are 31-32.
Okay.
Anthony is 36-27, and Vegas, meaning the odds makers, are 37-26. So that's how it's looking right now. This past week, I went 10-6. Everybody pretty much went 10-6. Vicente went 7-9. Sal went 12-4.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's enough for the embarrassment of a Denver game. Let's go over the pond to London, where the Giants will take on Green Bay. Right now, I believe I don't know if the Giants have a better record. Am I retarded? I don't know. The Giants, they're both 3-1.
Okay.
So this is going to be a 9:30 game since it's in London. I am going with the Packers here.
I'm definitely taking the Packers too.
Let's see what. Yeah, let me look at this. Anthony's picking the Giants. No surprise here. And I just get a message from Anthony saying, "Don't watch Hocus Pocus 2." It must have been that bad.
Well, some people like Disney movies like that, so it's okay.
I mean, from what I heard, a lot of people were saying it was not good. So, bro, I'm looking at my stream setup for. This looks a lot cleaner than I had it before. I'll even send you a picture. Hold on. This actually looks pretty good. Flexing midstream. Here you go. So, yeah, me and you are going with Green Bay. As I'm going with the picks I have right now. Vicente's yet to send me his picks. Sal has yet to send me his picks. Vegas right now are the favoriting the Packers this week. So pretty much everybody but Anthony has the Packers right now. Next we have Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Kenny Pickett will be making his first career start against probably the best. Yeah. This is quarterbacks sometimes they take it easy in their first career starts. Carson Wentz was going against the Browns, who eventually went 0-16 that season. But yeah, Kenny Pickett on the Steelers is going against probably the best team, like the best team in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
if this isn't a test, I don't know what is. So
definitely.
yeah, go ahead.
There's definitely no comfort there for Kenny Pickett in his first NFL start, along with his first NFL pass too. Got to feel
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, I know. So I mean, we have a good idea about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're going with Buffalo too, right?
Yeah. Enough said.
Yep. Anthony's going with Buffalo, and Vegas has Buffalo. So, oh god, wait, who'd you have on Thursday?
Um, I have no idea. I have no idea.
All right.
I think I'll be honest. I think I had the Broncos winning. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have Jonathan Taylor. That's what sold me.
Yeah.
All right. So next we have the Chargers at Cleveland. The last time they played, that was a good game. I think they each put up like 40 points last year when they played, and the Browns, they played such a good game, but they lost. Like they had like I don't know 400 or 500 offensive yards and no turnovers, but they still lost the game.
Oh, who they play last year?
They did.
I mean,
What's up?
you said about the Browns game.
Yeah, the Browns and Chargers, they're playing this week, and they had a really good game last year.
I definitely have the Chargers.
Yeah, so do I, and I believe Anthony does too. Next, we have Chicago at Minnesota. Look, statistically speaking, Justin Fields is the worst quarterback in the league.
Oh, you know what? Give me the Bears.
Ooh,
Give me the Bears. I want the underdog.
dog. Yeah, I mean, look, it's 1 o'clock. Kirk Cousins, so that's like the best quarterback in the league. He's 3-0. He's 3-1 for the first time in his career. But yeah, Justin Fields. My God, Matt. He's completed 51% of his passes, and through 4 games, he didn't even throw for 500 yards in his first 4 games, and he has 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. Are you sure you want to go with the Bears?
Yes.
Okay. Because I like Justin Fields, but God fucking damn, he sucks. Like, I mean, God.
Damn.
Anthony is picking Minnesota. Next, we have Detroit at New England. No Mac Jones still. And like I said, the Lions are the best scoring offense in the league and the worst scoring defense in the league. So at this point, it's pick your poison. But I'm going to go with Detroit here.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say New England.
Like I said, no Mac Jones.
Still, the backup had an okay start, though. He didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, but you FaceTimed me when they were playing. You told me he did pretty good. I mean, hey, they did. Yeah, you know what? They did force the Packers to overtime.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, quarterbacks under Belichick usually turn out pretty decent.
Yeah. Damn. Shit. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, I'm going to go with Detroit here. Anthony's going with Detroit as well. Next, we have Seattle at New Orleans. New Orleans are not going to have Michael Thomas. I don't know if Jameis Winston is even playing still. I don't know if he's still out or what. But wait, who are they playing? Seattle put up 44 points last week, and like I said, it's against the worst defense in the league. So, yeah, this one's tough. If Jameis Winston isn't playing, yeah, he's doubtful to play. I don't even know who the backup for the Saints is, actually.
Would it be Taysom? I don't even know.
But I don't know. Let me look. Oh, yeah, shit, Andy Dalton.
Oh, that's not a bad backup, I would say.
Yeah, he didn't do bad against Minnesota.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New Orleans here. Who do you have, Matthew?
You said Saints in Seattle or Minnesota, you said?
It's Seattle and New Orleans.
Give me New Orleans.
All right. Anthony is picking New Orleans as well. Next, we have Miami. We have the divisional game. Miami against the Jets. No Tua. Obviously, he's still nursing his nasty injury he suffered. Hope all is well with him. But yeah, Teddy Two Gloves against Zach Wilson. The dog.
Give me Miami.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami too. Anthony is
I have Waddle and Hill carrying backup.
yeah. So Anthony has Miami as well. Next we have Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, Tampa, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. My gut is telling me to pick Atlanta for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know what. Actually no. I just remembered. There's no Cordero Patterson or Kyle Pitts.
Listen to how this sounds, dude.
No, I know how it sounds. It's just so. I think Tampa Bay. I heard they're still lingered with injuries. Like Brady, he has a messed up. His whole throwing arm is off. That's what I heard. Todd Bowles, their head coach, hasn't even been coaching for the most of practice this week. There's a lot of stuff going on in Tampa Bay right now. I'm still picking Tampa Bay, but for some reason, like I kind of want to pick Atlanta, but I almost forgot Atlanta is missing their two best players. So.
Yeah, and Marcus Mariota is their starting quarterback. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all going with Tampa Bay. Next we have Tennessee at Washington. This game I thought was going to be kind of tough. Give me Tennessee.
You said Tennessee at Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely give me.
Derrick Henry's back.
Yeah, he's back and he's gonna. He hasn't really been showing out this year, but we'll see.
Yeah, Anthony's picking Tennessee as well. Next we have Houston at Jacksonville. I am taking Jacksonville. I mean, look, they did have our number for the first quarter, but they eventually lost the game because Trevor Lawrence doesn't know how to hold on to the football.
You said Jacksonville and who?
Jacksonville and Houston.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is like right. It looks solid, but we'll see.
Back. Yeah, Anthony's picking Jacksonville. Yeah, Jacksonville I still think is a good team. Like, we're just better. Prada and Gucci don't go together. Oh.
Yep.
All right, next we have San Francisco at Carolina. I'm going with San Francisco here. Carolina is just bad. They're bad. Baker Mayfield is terrible.
Dude, he's really bad right now. I was kind of rooting for him, but he's bad.
Yeah, so is I, but he's terrible. I am going with San Francisco.
Yeah, I am too.
Oh, hold on. All right, next we have Dallas at the Rams. This is another tough game for me because Dallas is actually doing pretty good right now.
Yeah.
This is really tough.
I don't know. I'm gonna do the Rams because the Rams are really looking for a win.
Yeah. That's who I have the Rams too, but this wasn't an easy pick for me.
Yeah, Dallas can sometimes show out in a few games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anthony's going with the Rams too. Oh yeah, shit, we do play Dallas next week.
Oh, snap, we do. Holy crap.
That should be a good one.
Very good one.
And it's a Sunday night game. Perfect.
Oh.
All right, next we already went over this one, but for Anthony's sake, Eagles at Arizona. We already talked about it. We picked the Eagles. Anthony's picking the Eagles as well. So there's that. Next we have Cincinnati at Baltimore. That should be a good game too.
Cincy at Baltimore. Give me Baltimore.
I'm going to go with... I just realized since Joe Burrow's been the starting quarterback, I think... Hold on. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, Joe Burrow has played against the Ravens 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
His stats in those 3 games. 3 games, Matt. 1,100 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks. And if we take a look here, yeah, Baltimore, the first time they played, that was Burrow's rookie year. So we're looking at Burrow before Jamar Chase. So if we look at the Jamar Chase era, they won both games very comfortably. Cincinnati won the first game 41-17. The second game, they won 41-21.
Damn.
Let me look at this. Yeah, Jamar Chase's stats against the Ravens in 2 games. Get ready for this, Matt.
Okay.
15 catches, 326 yards, and a touchdown. I should be in for a good one this week because I have Jamar Chase on my fantasy team.
True.
201. He had 200 yards in the first game and 125 in the second game.
Damn.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. I'm thinking about it now. I don't know. Do we go with the trend or do we just go with how Lamar's playing right now?
It again, dude. The Cardinals. The Ravens need to win too, dude. And the Cincy does as well. I'm gonna go. Give me Lamar. Only quarterback.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I mean, I already put my picks in, but I did pick the Ravens. But I needed to remember, like, Joe Burrow has been lighting up the Ravens, so I don't know. They're both 2-2 right now. So whoever wins this game takes the division. And I believe this game is in Baltimore. Shit. Give me Baltimore. I want to give a score prediction for this game. Give me Baltimore 27-24. Justin Tucker game-winning field goal.
I'm going to agree with that score as well. That seems like a really accurate score.
That I don't know why. That game is literally screaming.
It is. I know. It's like a rivalry, like a high-scoring rivalry.
I mean, yeah, like I said, the past 2 times they played each other, the Bengals were dropping 40 points on them and winning by 20. But I don't know, with the way Lamar's playing this year, like I said, the way Lamar is playing this year, I think that should give him the win because last year he didn't do good. He not even 3,000 passing. He got hurt, but
yeah,
he had 16 touchdowns and 13 picks. This year, he's 11-4 right now.
Damn.
If the season ended today, I would vote for. He has my vote for MVP if the season ended now. Like my top 3 right now are like Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen.
Damn, yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, so yeah, give me Baltimore. Anthony's picking Baltimore as well. And the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Las Vegas travels to Kansas City to play your hubby. How's the relationship going, Matthew?
It's going good, man. I told him I was actually at the game in Tampa. I said, dude, if things don't go well, babe, what's his name? Clyde Edwards.
Elair.
He's going to be open, all right? Just shovel past it like Madden, all right, babe? And he said, all right. He went out there, did what I told him, and we were good. What?
I've been looking at Patrick Mahomes' stats versus the Raiders in his career. It's not the stats that have me in shock. 2,500. This is what? Let's see. 2, 4, 6. And he played against the Raiders 8 times, 2,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 3 picks. But that's not what I'm impressed about. It's the last time those two teams played each other. The Chiefs won the game 48-9.
Wasn't that in Las Vegas too?
I don't even remember. Shit. I mean, from the way it looks right here, it looks like the Chiefs were at home. Let me look. God, oh my God. Hold on. Chiefs versus Raiders, December. You know the Chiefs were at home. Oh yeah, I fucking remember. We were FaceTiming because I remember I was watching a little bit of the game. I was eating a Steve steak. They're pretty good. They're not bad, but I mean, as far as Philly cheesesteaks are concerned, I haven't eaten a lot of them from a lot of other places. But yeah.
It's all
But yeah, 48-9.
Holy crap, dude! They could have dropped fifth.
It's all coming back to my mind now. I think the Raiders players were stomping on the logo before the game. I think that happened now that I remember.
That's pretty bad.
This is bad.
This is bad.
I was finally able to find the clip. It's all on my phone now. So yeah, Mahomes. Yeah, you saw the stats. He owns the Raiders.
Oh, absolutely.
Granted, no Tyreek Hill, but he showed you don't even need Tyreek Hill. So,
yeah. But Marcus Valdez-Scantling has been kind of shown up.
I know Valdez-Scantling. He's all right. I mean, he's all right.
Juju's mid at best.
Yeah, I know. It's so. Did you see that fantasy trade with Anthony and Vicente?
I did, yeah.
It's no. You look at it now. It's so stupid. Anthony gave up Everett for Juju, Rashad Penny, and Tua, and he literally he just cut Penny and Tua. So he literally traded Everett for Juju. Made no sense. So I am going with Kansas City in case the statistics didn't make it obvious enough.
Yeah, I'm okay to do.
I am thinking 34-17 Kansas City.
What is it?
No, my score prediction for the game, because, for the primetime games, I like to give for an Eagles game and for primetime games, I like to give a score pick. So, the Eagles have 28-17. For the Ravens game, I have 27-24 Ravens. And for the Chiefs and Vegas game, I have 34-17.
17. Yeah, I think the score's accurate as well, to be honest. I like that score. Maybe the Raiders score a little bit less points, but still.
Because, keep in mind, they do have, Devontae Adams and, Darren Waller. I mean, granted, they still had those weapons, and they did start the season 0-3. So, now that I remember that.
Chiefs defense, mid.
Yeah, they've never really had a good defense.
Yeah, no.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because you have Mahomes and Kelsey. That's all you need to have a successful offense.
That's true.
So, obviously, you have Kansas City. I have Kansas City. Anthony has Kansas City. Do you have a score prediction, or are you just going to agree with mine?
I like 34-10.
All right. I thought about 34-14, but I feel like the Raiders, with the weapons they do have and the defense the Chiefs have, they'll score around 17.
Yeah, they might show up a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, that's it for our picks this week. I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
No, I don't think so, considering my phone's on 7.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for coming on, Matt. we will be on here next week, hopefully with Vicente or more people. I mean, if it's me and you, that's perfectly fine too. But I also want to try and get the whole gang on.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
Yeah. But, well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And
Always.
we'll see what happens this weekend football wise.
Yes, sir. Go Phillies and go Birds.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man. It's gonna be a good week if the Phillies win. I'm more excited for the Phillies than I am the Eagles since playoffs.
I don't know if it was you that made the post. It was either you or Vicente. Someone sent it to me. There's only one goal this weekend, and it's just to beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, smoking that Cardinals pack. Hey, well, we can only hope.
Dude, we can only hope. We can only fight. We're a fighting team. We're an underdog team. Always have been. Always will be.
We're talking about the fightins here.
The Fightins. Oh man.
Oh God.
I'm pumped, dude. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go. All right, thanks for coming on, and I'll be streaming next week as well.
Absolutely. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Peace.